Welcome to Always Improving the Mind. This is the channel to build the mindset for success and self-development. If you're anything like me, you love helping people. You get fulfillment from helping people. And if you're purpose-driven, we know that your value is determined by what you do for others. It's servitude, which is helping people. Great, but there are some downfalls to helping people. We become selfless or we become self-centered. We can get too involved or too distant. So, how do we find a balance? How do you effectively help others? Let's tune in. So what I want to go over today are a few pointers in helping others that I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn these things the hard way, man. First and foremost, if you want to help others, if you want to give value to other people, you yourself have to build yourself up to be valuable, okay? What that means is you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. In order to give, you must build it up in yourself, okay? Meaning, help yourself first. Help yourself first. You must get a little selfish, just a little bit. Not self-centered, not egotistical, not cocky. But you must get a little selfish. You got to practice self-care. You have to give yourself what you need. You have to talk to yourself, boost yourself up, be your best cheerleader, okay? Not your worst critic. You have to give it to yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup, man. You have to build that up. You got to keep pouring into yourself, and then that thing overflow. And when it overflows, it hits other people. We're filling other cups now. First and foremost, take care of yourself. When it comes to helping others, help yourself first, okay? Second thing, you must listen. And I don't mean hear the person. Okay, I saw a perfect TED talk on this, and I'm going to shoot it over right now.
Forum for advice. The problem isn't with advice. The problem is when giving advice becomes our default response. And we all have this ingrained way of behaving. For most of us, it's become a habit. It's become an advice-giving habit. Or, for short. And it turns out there are three ways that advice giving goes bad. The first two are kind of connected. Here's the first challenge with advice giving. You're busy solving the wrong problem. This happens all the time. We get seduced into thinking that the first challenge that shows up is the real challenge. It almost never is. Here's the second issue with advice giving. Your advice is not nearly as good as you think it is. The third issue about giving advice cuts a little deeper, and it cuts both ways. If you are on the receiving end of advice, if you're on the receiving end of somebody's advice monster, you're constantly getting the message that you can't figure this out yourself. And that cuts away at your sense of competence and your confidence and your sense of autonomy.
Great segment, right? You have to tame that advice monster. And what that is for you to actively listen. It's for you to not be talking to yourself, thinking to yourself while the other person is talking. Pay attention. Pay attention. What is it do you really need my help with? And truth be told, most people just want to be understood. So since people just want to be understood, they just want to be heard, you listening is helping them. A lot of people feel as though it's awkward to talk to yourself. So when you're talking to somebody else, you're really just getting out what you have inside. And you can do that by talking to yourself, but people don't talk to themselves. So when they're talking to you, they're really just getting it out. They're just getting it out. And when they get it out, they get clarity. They get that clarity that they're looking for. So it helps them by you just being present and you listening. Sometimes that's all that's needed is a good ear, man. A good ear. Next tip, and this is a big one. Ask if you can help. So many of us just want to jump in and solve the issue. That doesn't usually solve the issue. Because if a person is having a problem, if they don't learn how to solve it themselves, more than likely they'll find themselves with this same problem again. And if you don't effectively help them, when you help somebody, it should teach them how to solve the issue, avoid it, overcome it, so that they don't have to keep coming back to you. That's why helping others can be draining, because you just taking the problem away from them. So the solution for them is you, versus them finding the solution themselves, or you providing a solution that might work for them. You're not the save all. You're not the save all. You can't do it all by yourself, and you can't be the one taking on everybody else's problems. Now you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. Nah, man, we got to stay light and move forward. So before you start helping, ask if you can help. Can I be of assistance? If I may, can I say something before you just give advice? I've been through a similar situation. Can I tell you what I did or what happened to me? Can I explain some things? Are you open to hearing, some solutions? And then if they are, then you proceed, because then they're open to it. They're not just letting you talk and letting their minds wander while you're talking. Now y'all on common ground. Now you're having effective communication. So before you just jump into solving somebody else's problems or trying to help people how you see fit, which is selfish, you can just ask them if you can help. Now, the next tip is to add on to that. Ask them how you can help. Because yes, you may have experienced something. Yes, you may have knowledge and wisdom in this category, but what they're coming to you about may not be the only issue or the actual issue that they're having. They, like I said, they might just need to vent, and they just need a listening ear, and that'll help them, get some off so they can continue moving. But yeah, what's the real issue here? How can I help you? First, can I help you? Yes. Okay. How can I help you? You want me to tell you something? Am I able to tell you something? Or do you want me to give you some type of resources? Do you want me to tell you what I did? How do you want me to help you? How do you want me to help you? If they don't know, then you can go into the next realm of helping that we usually just jump into. This is the problem that I see you having, and this is what you should do about it. And that doesn't really work unless the person is receptive of it. And they're not going to be receptive of it unless they, one, come to you, two, you ask them if you can help, and three, you ask them how. Okay? That'll alleviate a lot of things. All right, now, another tip on helping people is you don't want to exasperate all of yourself helping others, because you still got stuff that you got to do. Like I said, you got to prioritize self here. You have to be able to help yourself as, and then help people. Okay? Can't give from a low place. 100% of 50 is still 50. You want to be at 100 yourself so that you can give 100. There are things that you can do. If they just need a lending ear, but you got something that you're doing. Hey, listen, I'm busy right now. I would love to talk to you. I would love to hear you out, man. It sounds like you got something weighing on you. You just need to get it off. Cool. I'm available at this time for this amount of time. Put a time limit on it. Set a date for it so that you both are prepared and you can be fully engaged. You can be all the way there. Versus how long is this going to take? Because I got stuff to do. That's going to make them feel unimportant, insignificant, and like whatever. Like you're not helping them, from that attitude. So you can put a time limit on it. You don't want to put yourself in the red trying to put somebody else in the green. So I limit giving money. I can give resources, and money is a resource, but I limit giving money. This is personal, because like I said, if somebody needs money, right, they're in a trouble situation and they need money, for example, and you just give them the money that they need. They didn't learn why they're in the situation they're in, how to not be in the situation they're in, and how to get out of the situation that they're in. All they learned is I can come to you when the situation arises. So that's why when you give, or when people receive money from someone for their issue, they usually go back to that person when they had that issue again, because you're going to keep having the same problem until you learn from them. So I limit giving money as a solution. If you need money, I can provide you opportunities to make money. I will show you job listings, entrepreneurial things, side hustles. I can link you with other entrepreneurs that could use assistance in their businesses, that are highly willing to pay, negotiating, all types of stuff, man. So that's why I'm saying, like, when it comes to helping people, there are many ways, and you don't have to exasperate yourself and all of your resources. Don't put yourself in the red trying to get somebody else in the green. Know your limits. Because when it comes to helping people, one of the hardest facts is they still have to do it. They still have to be the ones to do the work. They still have to be the ones to solve their problem, no matter what you told them, no matter what you showed them, no matter what you gave them. It's on them to use it, them to apply it, and them to actually get out of the situations that they're in, so that these things don't keep happening. All right? So allow them to solve their own problems. Stop enabling them. Stop disabling them, making it so that they think that somebody's supposed to help them, because helping is optional. We should do it, but it's optional. This makes people less appreciative, because now they have an expectancy of, okay, you're supposed to help me. No. You're supposed to give me money when I'm down. No. That's not it. I'm just want to help you out because I love all. I'm an unconditional, loving being. So I want you to be in a better position, but it's not my responsibility. It's not on me. It's not my duty to get you out of your problem. That's your responsibility. Don't take that responsibility away from them. So allow them to handle whatever it is that they have to handle. You're not the save all. And the last and final tip, the biggest tip that I'm going to give you is, if they are asking for your advice or a solution, right? Give it to them step by step. Give someone a task and see if they'll do it. Because this will alleviate somebody coming back to you for the same problems. Don't you get tired of that? Like, you help somebody and it's like you come and they keep on coming back with the same issues. Like, I done talked to you for hours on this same issue. I done gave you all type of solutions for the same issue. I done gave you books to read. I done gave you articles. I done gave you other people you could talk to. I done gave you so many different avenues that you could try, that you could step into to get out of this one situation. You haven't done anything that I've considered. So you're not really looking for a solution at this point. I don't know what you're looking for, but I can't waste any more time on this. So when you get to that point, to avoid getting to that point, give them a task. Give them a task. When people come to me about certain things, like I said, I could refer a book or something. I'll even give you an ebook copy or a physical copy if I have it, and I will give you like chapter 2. Chapter 2 is what you need to read. So the next time they come to me, did you read chapter 2 of that book? Nah, I ain't even opened it yet. Okay, go back to chapter 2. Before we continue this conversation, before we waste any more time here, read that. Dad, you don't even want to talk. We'll talk, and it'll make sense, and you'll understand why I said read that specific thing. Because what's that doing is they're now taking action towards solving their problem. They're now trying to learn different things, something that they might not know, and then they'll be able to gain some type of clarity. They might not be able to comprehend the solution that you will provide at their present cognitive level. So give them a task, and this will alleviate both parties, because usually if somebody has given somebody a task. Let's say, for instance, if you give somebody a task when they came to you for help, if they haven't done that task, they going to want to come back to you, and then they're going to remember, well, he told me, well, she said that I should, and have I done it yet? No. So they just going to say it again. So more than likely, they're not going to come back to you with the same problem. And if they do, when they do, that's when you reiterate the same, like that same step. Have you done this yet? No? Go do that. Have you done this yet? No? Go do it. Okay, don't come back to me until that is done. When you come back to me about that same issue, I need to hear a response towards the step that I gave you. If you're not willing to take that one step, then you're not going to complete the rest that is necessary within this process of a solution that I have for you. And that'll stop you from wasting your time trying to explain the whole scope of, okay, first you start here, then you do this, then you go there, then you do this, and you talk to that, and you got a whole solution, and they just won't do the first thing. Okay, that'll alleviate it. Give them a task, not the whole solution, not the whole spectrum, but give them a task. Take yourself out of the situation. Give them a task. Let them complete it. If they complete it, then, I see that you're willing to take action. I see that you're actually trying to resolve this issue. I acknowledge effort. I'm willing to help somebody who's going to help themselves. You know the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. If you're really that thirsty, then you're going to put your head in that water and start gulping it down, right? So don't put yourself in the red trying to put somebody else in the green. We love helping people. That's what this channel is for. I want to help any and everyone improve their mindset to get the juice out of life, man. To get that excitement, to be happy about life, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what's going on, mid-pandemic, anything. You still can find happiness. But that comes from perspective. That comes from mindset. This is the channel where we're going to be improving the mind. All right? We love to help others, but know your limits, know yourself, and keep yourself first. Don't lose yourself trying to help somebody else, all right? It's Trayvon Pratt with Always Improving the Mind. If you feel like you've gotten anything valuable from this, subscribe, comment, let me know, okay? And let me know some other things that we could discuss, some other things that need to be touched on. All right? Love you guys. Until next time.